Hello everyone and welcome back to the LEGO CPA for a pretty interesting and unique midweek update on this week's episode. As you can see behind me, and for those that have been with the channel for a couple of weeks now, you are very familiar with, as am I, newly familiar with, the Bricklink Designer Program, and more specifically, Series 1 of the Bricklink Designer Program. Now, just to do a very quick recap, the Bricklink Designer Program is a series of sets and designs gathered by a special group of people who create sets, and these sets are voted for and eventually crowdfunded by you and me, the regular consumer. We essentially put our money behind these sets to truly determine which ones we actually want. I think it's just a fascinating example, a fascinating way that Lego interacts with the fans. I think it's a great way, as well as a very unique way to see sets that we would not normally see in a regular retail environment. And even coming from an investing perspective, as you all very much know, these sets tend to do extremely well from an investing perspective. So as always, and as is always appreciated, go ahead and give this video a like. Please subscribe, turn on those notification bells if you want to see future updates on the Bricklink Designer Program Series 1, and I'll give you a little tease at the end, Series 2. So actually, back in May, the Series 1 finalists were revealed, and I think we have some fantastic options here in the Series 1 Bricklink Designer Program finalists. So we're going to take a quick look at each individual set. I'm going to give you my quick thoughts, and then I'll round it out with the little tease for Series 2. Starting out with the old train engine shed created by Mind the Brick, which I think is a great name, fantastic name. Personally, just right off the bat, I think this set has the highest potential for future value. I'll just kind of get it out there first. It is the first one in the list. I don't know if that means it was the most requested or most supported. But that being said, I just think this is an absolutely beautiful design. It's a train. So there's a lot of functionalities. It's a train station. There's a lot of functionalities. They say up here the pump rotates. This is the inside, and I like the little touch on the 50 bricks capacity for the crane, the central crane. There's that lathe in the back. We've got a lot of minifigs. Let's see what else. The lathe moves forward and back on that turntable, on that lathe machine, which is very awesome. And then the roof. Something that's awesome is the roof comes off, and the crane moves sideways from one end of the shed to the other. So it can move here, down, and back and forth, which is fantastic. And a little office, of course, with a little stove heater, which is fantastic. Moving quickly through these. A fun little functionality. The hand lever moves upwards and downwards. I don't know if it actually moves the set back and forth. I can't imagine it does. But it is fun that this person is kind of floating up in the air, held up by that lever, which is awesome. And as mentioned before, the roof is easily lifted and placed back on top of the building for a beautiful display piece. It kind of gives me a mix of, a mix of Harry Potter, Chronicles of Narnia, just that very quaint, very pleasant train station with a lot of potential. I love the kind of quaint, classic, light brown, dark brown mix of the bricks in here, along with that green right here. It just looks so cozy, so homey. And while I don't think there are going to be actual light bricks in the set, it will have awesome potential to light up this set itself. And I think just off the bat, like I said at the beginning, I think this is the best potential set that we're going to see out of all these. You might have other thoughts, so please let me know in the comments if you have other thoughts. And before I get too far along, I want to be sure that you all know that these are the 5 finalists that are for crowdfunding in February of 2024. I will keep updates. I will post updates as we get closer to those dates, so I do want to keep you all in the know with how the crowdfundings are going. Now, this next one, this was a close second for me. The Mountain Fortress. It's an absolutely beautiful set, So much detail, so much design. But what really holds this set back for me is the fact it's so beautiful from the front, from the side, and then where it falls apart, if they ever get to, is the back, which some people would really appreciate this, I have no doubt. For me, I like the enclosed aspect with also having a capacity to take the back off and have just a front and being able to see all the rooms. But personally, my number one focus is really a fully 360 degrees views of potential for display ability. That's what I really look for. That being said, though, this is a very, very beautiful set. I have to say the potential for the investments on this is going to be amazing. Now, one thing we don't know quite yet, to my knowledge, are the price points for each of these sets. That being said, how many pieces are in this one? 3,900. This is going to be at least a $400 set. It's got to be more than $400, maybe $450. I'm really excited to keep tabs on this one as well, but let me know what you think about this Mountain Fortress set, because I think even with the lay-in of the land kind of building up against it with that snow, it looks fantastic. And it's, once again, a beautiful castle. LEGO fans love castles, if you haven't gathered that by now. So I think this set is definitely going to resonate with fans. I'm leaning towards this one is going to be reach those 3,000 supporters, those 3,000 crowdfunders. Moving on to the next, we're getting another kind of street set. Is it a modular? Unfortunately, no, it's not a modular for a couple of reasons that was explained to me. It doesn't, I can't tell if those are actual base plates. It does not, no, I think that is a base plate, but it doesn't have the Technic pins and it's not fully enclosed. So it's technically not a modular. But once again, we're getting that full of, or that sort of diagram style of set as we were getting with the Mountain Fortress. We're getting that same style here, and it just giving us a different view, a different style of build, while still looking fantastic, if I do say so myself. I do love that street view, Parisian street view. Assassin's Creed Unity was one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds, and this definitely resonates with that, kind of that, just that architecture that we all recognize to be Parisian, or at least I recognize to be Parisian. So I think it looks fantastic. How many pieces is this bad boy? 3,500. So it's going to be in that $300-400 price range, which is my estimate, rough estimate. And it does come with stickers, which is also interesting. But just overall a great set. I think it does look fairly large, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like 6 minifigure heights. Looking great. Now this next one, we start to get into maybe the smaller sets. This set is 1,850 pieces, and just a classic old general store. Once again, it is fully enclosed, which I think is fantastic. Just a fun little, it kind of gives me Red Dead vibes. If you played Red Dead Redemption, there's 100 of these general stores around. You think it's like a store you think you would find in the desert. Fantastic looking store. This one, it might be a little too niche compared to the others to get actual, to reach 3,000 crowdfunders. I'm interested to know, do you find this one, does this one kind of pull you in as opposed to the other sets? I'm really curious to hear all of your thoughts on these. But I think the style is definitely there with the general store. It's just going to come down to who knows about it, who is kind of intrigued into this set, because I think people, when they come to this set or come to this lineup of 5, they're going to see 5 and maybe only pick 1 or 2. I don't know if this one's there. Now this next one, this is a smaller one. I would hope this one would be no more than $60 based on the total parts. I think this is a fun one. Honestly, if this is around $50 or $60, I will probably end up crowdfunding this because it's more in my price range for sets that I'm willing to kind of throw some money at. I think it's a fun one. Once again, it is fully encapsulated. It does kind of encapsulate that free spirit vibe that not tied down by anything. Just that, like I said, that free spirit vibe with a mobile snack shack. And I think it's endearing. It's a little grungy, though, just with those more sandy colors, those grayish A lot of gray, and then even the mouse down here with the little bucket. And it looks like sewage potentially coming out of the front. I'm not really sure what they were going for, if that in fact just is grass or foliage growing. We've got some nice appliances to cook our food in, which is also very fun. And one little touch that I wanted to point out was the fuel source on the back, which I think was fun, whether that's a propane tank or some kind of natural gas tank. I think is a really nice touch. So that wraps up all 5. I didn't think I'd get through all 5 that quick. So just to recap, we've got the old train engine shed, we've got the mountain fortress, Parisian street, general store, and the snack shack. So much potential here. If I'm tempted, or I would be most willing to invest in the old train engine shed, but I think practically my money might go towards the snack shack if it's in that $50, $60 range, which I think it will be. But let me know what your thoughts are. I would imagine there's going to be a lot of Mountain Fortress fans out there, simply because everyone loves, I know all of you love castles and fortresses, so I think this one definitely might give the old train engine shed a run for its money. But let me know in the comments what you think below. Which one is your favorite? Which one do you see going to the moon, being the most worthy investment? And before we round out the video today, I wanted to give you all a tease for Series 2 updates coming very soon. As you can see, we just looked at Series 1. This is Series 2. What is happening now? Well, the review went on in July and August. Their team checks every design for building experience, brand fit, and crowd favorites. And just in about a month, if my math is correct, it is a little less than a month from the date of this recording, we are going to get our new Series 2 5 designs announced on August 23rd. And you better believe I will be posting a video on August 23rd to give you all an update on what's going on with these Series 2 sets. Catch me for a live stream. I think we might go through some of these Bricklink designer program sets with Brickotomy. So please check around for that. Stay tuned. And of course, the crowdfunding is going to be finalized in June of 2024, next year, almost a year from now. That's going to be a ways away, but I definitely will want to keep attuned to the 5 designs that are going to be announced in just about a month. That being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate the views, appreciate the likes. Go ahead and leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new here. Leave a comment if you have any thoughts about the Bricklink Designer Program Series 1, as we have a lot of fantastic sets to look at here, and I could see it going anyway because these sets are beautiful, but I want to know your thoughts. So please comment, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.